Good morning. I'm just waking up and it's noon. I got up earlier and then went back to bed, got up again, went back to bed, and I got up pretty good, I think. I gotta take my blood sugar. I haven't eaten anything, so I gotta take it before I do anything. Somebody told me to keep up the good work or something. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about this morning, since I'm piddling, is everybody talks about water. Let's see. First thing you got to get is water. The second thing you got to get is food. And the last thing you got to get is shelter. I don't know which one will be first, depending on which situation you're in. So, you know. But I will say there's 3 types of waters. Basically 3 types of food. I can't even get blood out this morning. Ow. I better shoot again. Well, that's good. It's going to take me a minute. 3 types of shelters. 2 over 9. Ain't that something? Well, let's go with the water first. There's 3 types of water. There's like well water. It's got minerals and stuff in it. Then you got distilled water that ain't got no minerals in it. You die of thirst drinking that stuff. And then I guess there's polluted water. You know. But your best bet on drinking water would be to drink a treated water. That's what we do in most of our taps today. We drink treated water. It goes to a water plant and it's treated with fluorides and chlorines and everything else, and then we drink it. Regular water, which I'd call well water, or mineral water, might be the best for you because our body craves so many minerals. That way we'll have to take so many vitamins. Okay, there's 3 different kinds of waters for you. Then there's 3 different types of food. You got hard food, you got soft food, and you got liquid food. Depending on what got in your teeth, I guess. You got the grains, basically, or what's called hard foods. You got the meats, which are considered soft foods. Then you got the liquid foods, would be orange juice and prune juice, any kind of juice you could drink and get energy out of it. And I'm not talking New Day's energy drinks either. Then let's see, let's talk about housing. Okay, shelter. A bit like them 3 little pigs. One built out of straw, one built out of sticks, the other one built out of bricks. You got long-term housing, short-term housing, and permanent housing. These are the things you got to think of when they tell you, well, there's first thing come water, food, and shelter. Well, that's the 3 things you got to think of. What would suit you? Especially if you're prepping. It's going to be a short-term shelter that you're just going to spend a couple of days in and move on. Or is it going to be more permanent like the caveman, live in the cave? I think it was pretty permanent. I guess you'd call that one out of bricks, out of rock. I'm going to throw one better in there. They always say, well, what is it? You go 3 minutes, 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water. I don't know, 60 days without food or some shit like that. Well, there's different kinds of air and pollution too. But being a prepper, you got to look into, well, what kind of water do I need? You know, what kind of food do I need? What kind of shelter? Treat the air. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things out there that we really need to look into. Especially if you're going to start figuring out what you're going to do when it does hit the fan. My theory behind it is you should have already had your different kinds of waters. You know, a way to treat water is more like saying it. Well, okay, I put so much water up. Well, you can't put up enough what you're going to drink in a lifetime. So therefore, you're going to have to treat what's already out there. Same way with the food. You can't put, even if I got 10 ton of dried products, well, maybe I want a little bit of meat or something to go with that. Do I'm going to raise it, or I'm going to trap it, or I'm going to hunt it? Things you got to look into. Or is there anything out there that I might not be able to find? There's probably going to be a lot of it if they go nuclear. And another thing, have you got your iodine pills put up? I think I got some in this bag right here, this medicine box. Really, because I keep it with me in case. Hang on, people. I gotta find it. Better it. I'll find it. Hang on. There you go. It's never been opened because I don't need them right this minute. I don't see no nuclear bombs going off. Basically, they wouldn't do me a whole lot of good because, I'm going to say this, it's for people that's got thyroids. I ain't got a thyroid. So I have to stick with my thyroid medicine. By the way, I got to take it. But if you got a thyroid, help you from radiation, it ain't going to permanently help, but it'll help a little bit till you get out of the way, is iodine pills to keep from destroying your thyroid. Radiation killed mine from cancer. See, I take natural thyroid. But I got you. I try to keep it over a year's supply on hand. This is my bug out bag, if you ain't figured it out. Basically medicines. But you got to figure out the water situation in your area. You got to figure out the food situation in your area for you. They're going to do me a lot of good to sit there and tell you, well, you need macaroni and cheese. And you don't even like macaroni and cheese. I wonder what the hell would be wrong with you if you didn't like macaroni and cheese. But, what kind of shelter to get? Well, are you going to be on the move, or you're not? Are you going to be stationary? Or things you got to answer. Same way with the water situation. I'm sitting here, I got rural water, that's treated water. I buy bottled water for cook with and drink. Treated water, I take a bath in and wash my dishes. That's what I think about the treated water, and I used to work in a water plant. And then you got well water, which would be natural water. And I classify that right along with rainwater. And then I got a lake. You know. So there you go, I got all the things for water. Then I got food. Well, I got hard food, grains, wheat, flours, Then I got canned meat, frozen meat. Guess I could eat a dog or two. God forbid. Get that rough. And then I got soft foods, jellos and jams and jellies and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to eat. Then, like I said, then you got berries and nuts and stuff like that canned up. Food will keep longer than you think it will if you have to really eat it. I've kept food since, let's say, 2012 in cans. Tastes pretty good. I think open some up, just check it out. That's canned goods. That's been less 12 to 20, 6 years? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 8 years, I guess. Yeah, 8 years. So that's, that's quite a long time to keep something in a can. But, like I said, I got plenty of clothing, plenty of shoes, plenty of, I'm a hoarder, so I got plenty of everything. Yeah, you name it, I got it. I've kept things so long I know damn well they gonna run no more or work anymore. Like I said, and then my cabinets. I got cabinet after cabinet after cabinet stored. In fact, I got whole rooms. I'm looking over at the 5-pound dog feeder, and it's empty. It's clear plastic. I can see all the way at the bottom. It's pretty wet. It's got a little bit in the bottom tray, and that's it. I have to fill that up today. But make sure if you're going to keep pets, everybody's got them. Make sure you got plenty of food put up for them. And I ain't talking treats. I got plenty of treats. That's reaching for treats. But you gotta have plain dog food. You gotta have their pet supplies, their shampoos, their flea collars. I don't doubt there'd be any fleas if you was inside in a bunker. You only have to treat that one time. All the things you're gonna need per day, per person, per animal. And you can look it up and see how much one person eats in a day. I mean, that's what Google's for. But you got to remember, prepping now to me is a way of life. It's not a hobby. It's not just a fantasy, or it's just not a fascinating thing. I've been prepping for so many years. I buy to prep. If I see something I could use in a long-term situation or something, I snatch it. I grab it. That's why I go to thrift stores and garage sales and stuff like that. I could order it off Amazon just as well as anybody else. But I've done all that. I just go see what people's throwing away. They decide they didn't want it no more. And I incorporate that into how my lifestyle is. I buy a whole bunch of old T-shirts. And I ain't paying $5 a piece for them either. I pay $1 a piece, And I use them. I will go home and laundry them because I ain't catching whatever they got. And then I use them in painting, That way if it gets all soiled up with paint, I don't even try to wash them. I just throw them away then. They've already served their purpose. In other words, now if I didn't put a bunch of paint on them or whatever, I'll throw them in the laundry and use them again. But more than likely, I probably got paint all over up and down them, and then that's what I do. I just choke it. But you can find a lot of prepping things at backpacks, for instance. It don't have to be the fanciest. Oh, I paid $1,000 for this backpack. Well, that's your opinion. Where I think it's worth $1,000 in my opinion. You might have a lot of second-hand stuff for less than $1,000. But if it makes them feel more safe, more comfortable, that's great. I'm just saying the caveman, they didn't have them $1,000 backpacks, but they seemed to make it, or we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have made it if the Neanderthals hadn't came before us. Different type of weapons are the same. You can keep, let's say you keep a weapon for 100 years. You keep the bullets for 100 years. Are you sure they're not going to misfire or whatever? Are your gun fall apart when it shoots it? I like knives myself. You can tell I got them stuck everywhere. Up there. But remember, different kinds of waters, different kinds of foods, and different kinds of shelters. And you'll do fine. Prepping is for each individual's. I gotta fix that. Hear that? That's my case. I got my phone propped up in my case, and if I move my legs, it makes a noise. But prepping or camping or like people's lifestyles all suits them, and that's what you got to think about. Some people won't drink bottled water. It's about the nastiest water on the planet, but at least they've done some treatment to it. Hopefully. But like I said, each body is an individual, so each individual needs. Now, I have to make sure I have plenty of thyroids. In fact, like I said, I've got down to almost a year's worth. Now I've got to reorder. And it takes me a while to get, my reordering. I'm going to let you guys go, but think of what I said. I think my next video is going to be what not to do. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I thought of this like yesterday, and I thought, well, everybody yelling about the 3 things, 3 of this and 6 minutes of that and all this other stuff. I thought, well, I'd give my opinion on it. We do the best we can here on this old planet. We pick out what we want, what we don't want, on an individual basis. But remember, when it gets down, it hits the fan, it's going to be up to you. It ain't going to be up to your neighbor or somebody like me telling you what to do. It's going to be strictly up to you. I would keep a lot of information down. That's going to be another video, how to do it, how to do it. But this one here, I'm going to close. Remember, water, food, and shelter. Now, any of them that suits you, you need to get on top of. The way you want to cook your water is fine. What kind of water, that's fine. Food's the same way, and the same way as shelter. I gotta go. You can see my pups are outside. I've been putting them outside.